the December 17, 2025 Bruce Township Board of Trustees meeting. We get a roll call, please, Roxanne.
Supervisor Philbrook.
Here.
Clerk Craft. Here. Treasurer DeGiorgio.
Here.
Trustee Sakowicz.
Here.
Trustee Vincent.
Here.
You stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Has everybody had an opportunity to take a look at the consent agenda? Is there any deletions, additions, or changes anybody like to make?
I just have one question about the loan from general to water. I know that we had a rate study done by Plant Moran. Why do we need the loan? Yes.
We're trying to figure that out right now. We have been meeting with we met with our auditors yesterday. We did meet with the state of Michigan by telephone conversation. We're going to change our deficit elimination plan around. So that'll be coming probably by next meeting. I'm thinking we'll have something in place that we can offer the board to go ahead, either accept or not. But right now, the water deficit is still, our expenditures are still exceeding our revenues, it looks like.
We're going to take a look at that Plant Moran study again and maybe raise rates for the water.
Well, we did raise rates based on the study, but not the full amount. They wanted like 180% raise. We raised it, what, 80%, I think it was. So to raise it another. Yeah, so now it gets raised by CPI. Again, like Mike said, we got to look at a few things and kind of make a determination. I mean, they're already paying high water rates out there, and we don't want to see them have to pay any more.
No way we can sit back down with Detroit Water and
we're going to try to negotiate every year. Yeah, there's negotiations that we'll be going into this year, but I mean, what are we going to, it's not even so much the commodity at a penny a gallon. We've only got 200 customers on our water. I mean, that's the biggest problem that we have. So even if we did get them, the commodity charge dropped down by Great Lakes Water by 1 or 2 cents a cubic foot, it's not going to really make that big a difference overall in the long run. I mean, it would be nice if we could pass that lower rate on to the residents, obviously, but like Frank said, the last thing I want to do is see anything as far as a rate increase. I think we can do it with combining our sewer and our water and our ready to serve and our debt reduction fees and put into one service fee, keep our water fund separate from our sewer fund still, but have a service fee for all of our maintenance upgrades, any type of repairs that we might need. And that's what we're kind of working on. It looks like we have a pretty good plan in place, and it should be.
I think the sewer has been holding steady with
So
the
right, we're going to
increases.
right.
We're not doing any borrowing on that. That was just a question I had.
Yeah. No, we've
Thank you.
taken care of that. Which, if there's no other discussion regarding consent agenda, does anybody want to make a motion to go?
You want to take that off?
Yeah, we'll take F off, and that'll be covered under our next January meeting. So, anybody, I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve the consent agenda as amended.
Support.
Support by DeGiorgio. Can we get a roll call, please?
Vincent.
Yes.
DeGiorgio.
Yes.
Craft.
Yes.
Philbrook.
Yes.
Sakowicz.
Yes.
Motion carries. I'll move on to item 6. We have no comments from the floor. So at this time, if anybody from the audience, any resident in the community would care to come up and stand at the podium and speak on whatever, I guess at this point in time, we just wish you name and address. Keep your comments to a maximum of 3 minutes, please. Reese? Yeah.
It'll be 20 seconds.
Watch out, they're going to trample you down.
Tree Smith, Covered Bridge. I just want to thank you for your service to the community and wish all of you and your family a happy holiday.
Thank you, Trace.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Trace.
Reese.
You are
Stay
welcome.
back at you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Public comment? Okay, we'll move on then. Item, no hearings and reviews. We'll go to presentations. We got Claire Russell from the Parks and Rec here to speak on behalf of the 5-year plan.
Hi. So I'm here asking the board for approval and a resolution for the Parks and Recreation 5-year plan. This plan, you may remember, has been around for a little bit. We did update it and submit it earlier this year. However, the MDNR thought it was best that the townships be the one that actually submit it because you are the taxing authorities and because you own the parks and the properties. And the interlocal, even though we are our own entity through that commission, that it's best that the properties, because they're owned by you. So even though this document hasn't been submitted, we have been following it throughout this year. We did update it, and we've been using it to make our improvements and developments to the parks that we have and looking at new possibilities for properties and different things that are out there. Submitting it, however, will allow the township and the commission the ability to seek grant funding. So it's obviously very important that it does get there. And I'm hoping that tonight a resolution can be made. The plan is basically a detail of what we have and what our department does, what the survey said, what the people are looking for. It's a 5-year plan or a master plan, however you want to look at that. And with that said, our community planning company is in the process of adding Hawks Acres, which you probably know where that's at. It's on Mound Road, but it wasn't in the document because at one time the township board didn't have it as a possible park, but it is now, and they're actually looking at possibly writing a grant for that piece of property. So if you were going to say yes to a resolution, if there's a motion made, if it could be for approval for the resolution with this addition, because we're just going to add it underneath the list of possible parks.
Specifically?
Hawks Acres, which is on Mound Road, HOX. So yeah, with that motion, if that could be added, just for, so if they did.
Including, the master plan including Hawks Acres.
Including Hawks Acres as a possible park, future park location.
Do you have a copy of the master plan on your website?
I do. And I think maybe you all should have got a digital copy of it, but it is up on our website. We've done the public hearing. I actually came,
Where is it?
It's 25.5.
but yes.
I'll make a motion to go and approve Resolution 25-5 for the Washington Bruce Romeo Parks and Rec and Star Transportation's 5-year master plan for 2025 to 2029, also to include Hawks Acres. Support by DeGiorgio. Is there any other discussion? Is that okay then?
Yeah, perfect.
Any other discussion? Can we get a roll call, Roxanne, please?
Kraft,
Yes.
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Sakowicz.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thanks, Clara.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good luck
Claire.
at Washington.
Thank you.
There's going to be a crowd. Not for that, but
We got item 8B, item 8A, under new business cost share agreement to drain maintenance. I know I did talk to Don Brown, was supposed to come in and speak on behalf of Candace Miller's office. Can we just hold off on this item 8A until possibly he may be running a little bit late? If you don't mind. We'll move on to item 8B, which is AEW agreement for engineering services. We got Gordon Wilson from AEW here, representing AEW. Gordon, you want to come up there?
Sure. Good evening. Hi.
Gordon.
We entered a contract with Bruce Township here in 2021, and under Article 2 of that agreement, it provided for consumer price index increases in the wages of that periodically throughout the year, annually, essentially. I've been a little remiss and have not asked for those adjustments. When we entered the original contract, we were consistent with the Shelby Township agreement, and what I'm asking now is that we adjust this based on the inflation rates that have occurred since 2021 through 2025, for starting January of 2026, that would have those in there. I sent you a rate table in there along with the cover letter on that. So we respectfully request consideration of increasing our rates to be consistent with what the terms of the agreement were under Article 2. And certainly can answer any questions you may have.
I will say that it's been a pleasure working with you guys since 2022, was it?
21.
2021. Been instrumental in working with us with a lot of issues we've had in the township, cleaning up a lot of the things we were dealing with, and then also working with our contractors and our developers. It's been really nice. So,
Thank you.
I know I did look at the numbers. These are comparable to basically what you're charging other communities anyways.
Yes, sir.
There hasn't been that much of an increase other than the CPI. A majority of these fees under services provided are basically paid by the developer of the contract anyways. It's not
And
really
we
out
did
of
not
pocket.
change anything under services provided. It's just the hourly rate schedule based on CPI.
Is that the 4.8 that's
What's-
mentioned in this document, 4.8? Is that what it went up?
No, the sample that I gave you was Shelby Township's. Last year it was 4.8. This year we adjusted it by 2.6%. Quite frankly, due to the government shutdown, the feds did not come out with a rate adjustment, but the state of Michigan did come out with a 2.7. So we adjusted based on 2.6. And it turns out that CPI won't come out with one because of the shutdown. But they were at 2.6 in June.
Anybody else have any more questions for Gordon? A motion to go ahead and renew Anderson, Eckstein, and Westrick's contract for Bruce Township for good from 20, is there a date on it, Gordy? 2025 to, there's no expiration date?
You see as presented.
As presented. Okay, just as presented. How's that? There's no signature page, Gordy, either, right?
No, you can do it by resolution, or I can send that into your attorney for review if you want a new signature page on it. We can certainly do that.
Okay, I'm going to start over. Make a motion to go ahead and approve AEW's contract agreement as presented by resolution, starting immediately.
Support.
Support by DeGiorgio. Any other discussion? Can we get a roll call, Roxanne, please?
Sockowitz,
Yes.
Benson,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Giorgio.
Yes.
Motion carries. Gordy, thanks for coming out.
Thanks,
tonight.
Gordy.
Thank you all very much. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays to all of you.
You as well.
Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you. Move on to item 8C, our Romeo Tax Accountant's contract renewal. Susan?
This is the exact same contract, no raise in fees. It's a year contract. Make a motion to accept the Romeo Tax, what's it called? Romeo Tax Accountant's contract as presented.
Second. Supported by Sockowitz. I want to just say that it's been a pleasure working with Donna. Doing a great job.
Great
Yeah,
job.
she is. She's
Really
great.
good.
She's awesome.
And keep up the good work.
Very
so.
happy.
There's no other discussion. Can we get a roll call?
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Sockowitz,
Yes.
Benson,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Philbrook.
Yes. All right, thanks, Susan. Move on to item 8D, the additional hours for the clerk's office.
This is for our accounting assistant who's trying to get control of what is left to her. And she's been spending half an hour to an hour in the evenings after we all leave here. So I would just like to make a motion requesting up to 4 hours weekly for 1 month. And then we can revisit it when we come back. I do believe these jobs can be done from 7:30 to 4:30, but she just needs to catch up.
No, we all realize
We
that.
get it.
Yeah.
Support.
Support by DeGiorgio. Can we get a roll call, please?
Benson,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Yes.
I just want to also mention that we have a post-election audit coming up. It's scheduled for Friday. I'm trying to get it changed because we aren't open on Fridays, but it might mean a few extra hours for Amy to come in. I'll be here too, but she has to be able to answer some of the questions since she runs elections. It is Friday this week, so I don't know how many hours.
Who schedules that, Macomb County elections? Yeah. Understandable. Roxanne, thanks for everything you do and keep up the good work. Really appreciate it. We know you've been working hard over there.
Even
Come
while you're
along
sick.
and still can hardly see over the piles of papers, but it's getting a little bit lower. All right. Item 8E, General Office Clerk 2, new hire.
This one, I'm a little concerned that we moved too fast on this, that the new contract says that she can go out. So we haven't had this situation where somebody moves from one office to another. And in this instance, we do have that, and she has the opportunity to come back to this position if she doesn't like the new one. So I was going to take it off and postpone it until next month.
The problem we got is we got the Christmas holiday coming up. We got the other employee's going to be leaving on the 15th, supposedly leaving on the 15th of January, so.
Right, and meanwhile, Carrie's training for that one, so.
Right.
That's not going to change? She going to continue training?
Yes, she went out today in the field and.
My point being is that if we don't bring anybody in, we can't, if we wait till next month, it's not till the 21st, meaning that Kristen's going to be gone, which is going to leave a vacancy at one point, one place or the other, either it's in the clerk's office or in the assessing department. It'd be nice to have both of them training at the same time, as soon as possible to get, ready for the retirement of Kristen on the 15th of January.
I was just worried about the double dip. I mean, paying two salaries then. Hey, it's, up to you guys.
I think we do that during every process of training. They come in and train.
How many applications did you get for this job, Susan?
I interviewed 4 or 5 people.
Did it have to be posted internally first?
Yes.
So we had a vacancy, if you recall that there was the vacancy that was posted internally in the assessing department for Kristen Ross. And Carrie that is currently doing the job that we have here available, we have the lateral, we give them the ability obviously to laterally transfer in-house, which she wanted to do the assessing job, which we did and meet with her, and she's been training for it, so now, we didn't have a problem, but it was posted in-house.
So are you
it's
good
just-
with her starting as early as we come back from the 5th, January 5th? That's when we
Yeah,
come back
as
from
soon
break.
the way I look at it, as soon as possible.
Is
Yeah, I
the
don't
only
think there's
concern
anything.
if Carrie wants to go back to her job, is that the only concern?
Yeah, I was just,
How long?
I've had a struggle to get things passed, so I'm surprised at the
Yes.
ease with this, so, I just was trying to cover all bases.
So if that's the concern, how long would you recommend, or would you
I was
say we
gonna
leave
post-
this job open?
I was just gonna wait until the next meeting to do it, but I'm, if that's what you guys wanna do, I'll make a motion to approve Candace Hesius for the position of General Office Clerk 2, beginning January 5th, 2025.
You've interviewed her, so you feel
I've had a
comfortable?
couple interviews with her, she's lovely.
Support?
Would
And
you
I
be
did add, I think.
I seen that. I noticed. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I added to assist the treasurer receiving payments, so.
Motion by Clerk Kraft, supported by Treasurer DeGiorgio. I have no other discussion. If nobody else does, can you get a roll call, please?
Kraft,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thanks, Susan. I'll move on to item 8G, which is cyber liability. And we got
We talked about this briefly last month. He sent all this information for us. It's interesting, we had today, somebody got an email that said it was from Bruce Township HR. And it was with regard to our bonuses for the year.
Oh,
There was
no
a,
kidding.
right, there was an attachment, but we knew better than to. But it's that kind of stuff that, and it came through, so that kind of stuff is sneaking through. And then the email we got today, the voicemail, Steve.
Did get a follow-up email on that.
Oh, you did? Okay. I thought that was suspicious, so.
Yeah, I received an email the other day with a couple attachments, asking me to open and follow the instructions. I just deleted it.
So I thought this cyber insurance was gonna come through Decker, but was
It
this a
is.
recommendation through Decker then?
This is Decker, and they
They contract with someone
contract
else.
things out, yeah. This came from Dustin.
So our annual coverage is $6,700, and
Yeah, which when I first talked to him, I don't remember the exact numbers, but I thought this was higher. But it is what it is.
Frank, you did a little checking on this company, I guess?
Yeah, so this company is headquartered in Bermuda, I believe it is, and they have, I don't know, probably like 8 or 10 offices throughout the United States. They have a lot, probably about 10 of them in the UK and another handful in Northern Europe. Been in business, I think, since 2013. They cover, a lot of high-profile companies as well as kidnapping and cyber.
You said all the reviews were all 5-star?
Yeah, most of them, yeah, probably like 98% of them were 5.
Do you know how many townships have contracted for the additional coverage of something like this?
When I talked to Centeris, formerly High Tech, they were surprised we didn't have it. I can't tell you how many other townships have it. I think these days, pretty common practice.
So after looking over this, I did a bunch of digging into ransomware and how prevalent it is among townships. To me, this seems way like overkill. I'm not sure how we got recommended this. The first half of 2025, worldwide, 208 municipalities have been targeted, worldwide. So this is not a problem. We're not in, municipalities are not in the list of targets. It's in manufacturing, industrial, consumer retail, technology, IT, transportation, logistics, and business services are the primary targets. It doesn't seem like municipalities are hardly at all, if 208 worldwide in 6 months are targeted.
So I know the Village of Romeo had an issue. Does anybody know what the outcome was on that and what that ended up costing them? I mean,
No.
If we could maybe table this and
Yeah.
look into it a little bit more.
well, I mean, I appreciate Dave's statistics, but it's, we gotta look at the fact that it's, could happen to us.
Yeah, I'm just one person. To me, this seems excessive. I might be interested at a quarter of this coverage.
Well, maybe if you guys want to talk to Dustin, available.
Yeah.
Going until
You're
next
not
month.
worried about getting kidnapped or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Well, I guess we should, I would assume, we all talked about computer hygiene within the building. Sounds like people are very knowledgeable. I would think High Tech is trying to protect us, through the firewall, and we pay for that service. And they're supposed to be doing exercises, I believe, monthly. That's a part of our contract as well, if I understood. They do that. I don't get the emails. We already have dual authentication. It seems very unlikely. It seems like we're doing protective things. To spend $6,700 just seems like a lot.
I respect your opinion because you know you're in the computers. I'm tell you what the flow is in the pipe, but I can't tell you what.
Yeah.
And half this stuff here means.
We might need to take extra measures ourselves by training the workforce to pay attention to the sender and make sure it's authentic before you open any attachment. It's fine.
kind of education,
We've had a little bit, so remember when,
which I think they're pretty good,
Clicked
but
on a
occasionally, like
puppy.
you said, you may open something that.
Yeah, there are, I got an email one time with Susan's name on it. But what I caught was the end, it wasn't .org, it was something else.
Well, and then it warns you that that's from an external source too, doesn't it? I mean, when I get an email here, it tells me if it's from an external source.
There's times it did it, now
Yeah.
this one I don't recall seeing, the latest one I got, I don't recall seeing the
and that
external.
one we got today didn't.
Is there any ongoing internal training, just refreshers, reminders for employees? Once every 6 months or a year?
No, but there should be, I agree.
Why don't we look into a little bit more? You said, I think Dustin might be able to speak on, is this the coverage that he would recommend, or is this more coverage than we actually need? Or-
I asked him for a quote this, it waited this long. Question
Yeah.
him.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we're gonna table our cyber liability AG till, let's just try to bring it back in January, I guess. Okay.
Comments regarding that?
Sure.
Just real quick, because we wanted to make sure it wouldn't happen at my place of employment.
Right.
And so, but we have an on-site IT person. They gave us training, and then they would send us emails to see
Just like kinda
who would
test
fall
you.
for it. And that might be something else that you could do
They did
before
that
you
one.
spend a lot of money on all this cyber stuff. I mean, get trained and then be tested.
I wonder if high tech could
They do
even do that.
periodically, and that's where they sent
High
some
Tech do
little
that?
cute little puppy, and somebody clicked.
You know, they could periodically
Yeah,
send
I
something.
We
think
pay a
that-
monthly fee by computer for exactly that.
Sure.
I can tell you that Dustin, prior to this, didn't recommend this. He said we didn't need it, so.
I was thinking, we'll bring it back in January.
Good idea.
All right, thanks. Item 8H, the poverty exemption policy and guidelines for 2026. Frank?
Susan, you put this in there, right? But this is just,
Just have to,
just housekeeping, that's supposed to be done once a year.
yeah.
All right, motion to accept and file the poverty exemption guidelines and poverty exemption guidelines and policy for 2026.
Support.
Support by DeGiorgio. Can you get a roll call, please?
Philbrook,
Yes.
Sockowitz,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Kraft.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 8I, the 2026 meeting schedule. Motion to accept and file the 2026 meeting schedule for Bruce Township. Support. Support by Vincent. There's no other discussion. Can we get a roll call?
Sockowitz,
Yes.
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Kraft.
Yeah.
Motion carries. Item 8J, the 2026-2027 holiday schedule. Motion to accept and file 2026 and 2027
I do
holiday
have some,
schedule.
but wonder if we can kind of talk about it a little bit. I know
Sure.
we were going to talk
Give me
about
a
it.
motion in a second. and
Okay.
We can discuss
Sure.
it. Anybody want a second?
Second.
Second by Vincent. Go ahead, Dorothy.
I was just kind of looking over the days, and I guess I have a problem with a couple of them, for sure. The Easter Monday, the Monday after the 4th of July. It seems to me that, one of the perks that the staff gets is being off on Friday. So I don't know that we need to compensate that day if it happens to fall on a Friday, that they get the following Monday off.
I believe that's a contractual item there,
No, I
right?
think we didn't put that, it was left up to the board each year to decide the holiday schedule.
Yeah, I believe that's what the contract said, according to the holiday schedule approved by the board.
But is there so many days that need to be approved? I think there is a number, wasn't there?
There
David?
really
I don't
isn't
think
any
so.
set dates.
I don't
We
think
had
it was a
talked about
specific
putting set
number.
dates in there. I just know that it's kind of gone from 14 days to now like 18 days, and over Christmas, it's like 7 days.
I kind of would have to agree with you on the July 6th Monday off. That's 2 days after the holiday.
It's 2 days after the
Any
holiday, then you
municipality-
have Easter, which is on a Sunday, they get Friday off, and then typically you would have gotten Friday for Good Friday. So now they have Friday off as a result of the schedule of the township. And then we have Monday on here.
So you're saying take off April?
I mean, it's just, I think we should look at it. It's not something that we have to approve today. I don't think it's not, it does have to get approved, but I don't know if this meeting has to be the final. I just think we need to take a look at it, and if, like I said, if you look at Christmas, we're leaving the 23rd, you're closed all day. That used to be a day that maybe you left at 2 or 3. So now that's a full day. You got, it's 7 days between Christmas. So,
So you're suggesting not doing April 6th or the July 6th?
I think those two for sure. I don't know if Wednesday before Thanksgiving is necessary either.
I think we were going half day on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. if I
You were
wasn't-
doing like 2 o'clock. And the same held true, I think, on that Wednesday before Christmas. And now that's a day that's closed as well.
Day before Christmas is considered Christmas Eve.
Well, yeah, Christmas Eve for sure, that's Thursday. And then they have Friday, but there's Wednesday before. The 23rd is also a full day off now.
We used to close it.
It used to be like a, half day.
So I guess I'm confused. Why would Wednesday be closed on like, the 23rd?
I don't know how that changed. I don't know if that's the way it is now, this
It is
year.
This year, yeah.
Yeah, because
I
it used to
think it
be, we
was.
left in half a day, so.
All right, why don't we look at them and bring it back in January? I'm somewhat in agreement on it too. I know the municipalities, because our Fridays are off, but usually municipalities the day or the day before, the day
Yeah.
after the holiday, depends on when the holiday falls.
And I did look at a municipality that only works 4 days, and they do not have Easter Monday and the Monday after off.
All right.
If it happens to fall on the Friday,
Can we just
Yeah.
change it now?
Yeah, I'm good with
Are
that
we
because-
comfortable with the contract, or we take that agreement? I know there was wording in the contract, do you remember what the wording?
I
I
think
thought
it
it had
says
dates.
approved by the board, what I remembered.
Yeah, it was approved by the board. I'm certain that's what it was.
Yeah.
We could approve it with changes today, and if there's something conflicting, we could go back and amend it next month. If we want to just get this moved along.
Okay, so we're gonna remove Monday, April 6th. We're gonna remove.
July 6th, right?
It would be Monday, July 6th. And we're gonna do half days on December 23rd.
Would you say leaving at 2? What would be the half-day
2, sure.
consideration?
Okay. And then half day on, Thanksgiving, what that is.
25th?
And it's-
Right.
Well,
The 25th?
why would
and then the
December
23rd.
30th be a holiday as well? Because the 31st is New Year's Eve, it's closed, so why would the 30th?
We're closed.
Oh,
that
you're
whole
closed,
time.
that's
whole
right,
week.
that's right. Understood.
November 25th, leave it to 2 PM also.
Yeah.
I do have a motion, Ken.
It's amended,
Yeah, motion as amended. Is everybody okay with any other changes? We good there? We made 4 changes.
I'll support that.
As amended. Supported
As
again by
amended, yep.
Vincent. Thanks, Dorothy. And thanks, Amy, she did the work on the schedule, so. Can we get a roll call, Roxanne, please?
DeGiorgio,
No.
Vincent,
Yes.
Backowitz,
Yes.
Kraft,
yes.
Philbrook.
Yes. The motion carries. I'll move on to item 8K, which is our data center subject. Obviously, there's been a lot of controversy regarding our data center with our neighboring communities, and we are fortunate that we don't have that knocking on our door. We don't have any applicants and don't foresee any applicants coming into the township right now. But due to the controversy of recent developments that have been taking place throughout, not just our neighboring communities, but throughout the state of Michigan, I think we need to take a look at what we're going to do in case we're approached by one of these data centers. I would like to put a moratorium in place, give the PC an opportunity to do a little bit of research on it, figure out what the facts and what's fiction, and bring it back to the to the board at a later date with an educated research. Anybody have any thoughts on that? You again? What is your name again?
Just explain, what is a data center?
It's like a warehouse that holds a large amount of computers that store all of our cyber liability, all of our cyber stuff, and we're all guilty for it because it's including our telephones, our cloud storage. Obviously, we stream Netflix. Yeah. Yeah, I got a pamphlet if you want it. I can give you mine, and you can.
And so the concern is that maybe somebody will want to put one in Bruce Township.
Well, they're already
Understanding.
wanting to put one in Washington, right on the other side of 30 hours, across the street from the Ford.
Didn't know that, okay.
That's
Oh,
why
wow.
their meeting tonight's going to be
Make sure I
packed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this came to the planning commission, and that's why I asked this be put on the agenda. It came right at the end of our meeting. Mandy brought it up, and she said, maybe we should do something about data centers. I actually had a conversation with Anne Marie just before the meeting tonight. If you look up moratorium, that's not actually what we want to do, because moratorium implies that you have something in process already that you're stopping, which we don't. I had an email conversation with Joe Tangari and asked if we would be better off at the present time to move it in LI1 data centers from a permitted use to a special land use. Meaning that people would have to come with a plan that would have to be approved ahead of time. Not all data centers are 300 acre, like they're proposing. A data center can be a small building. It does, it could be as big as this room. So I don't think anybody would object to that. I think that people are sensitive to the fact that huge data centers can really impact a community. So we should certainly put some parameters on and not have it just open-ended as a permitted use, is my feeling. So however we do that.
I just don't want to restrict the planning commission by stating what we want them to do. I want the planning commission to be able to, we don't want to say that you need to amend our LOI ordinance section, our paragraph 5 is what I think it's actually stated in there where it's allowed.
Yes.
I want to have you guys take a look at our IRO also at the same time if any other amendments might need to be done. But by, giving you the opportunity without becoming too restricted by the motion,
Yeah.
And then the purpose of the memorandum or the moratorium would be to put a halt on things because we can get an application in here tomorrow.
Right.
We don't know.
But if it's moved to special land use, then we determine the parameters for how that moves forward, correct?
So the special land use, we're going to have to, again, it's not going to be, the moratorium is, again, hold off on accept any applications until the planning commission can, it's not going to be something you guys are going to be doing this week. It could take 2 months before you come back with it.
Right. So can we do a moratorium?
I talked to Christine Anderson briefly about it, and she was kind of vague about it, but to kind of keep the wolves at bay, I guess it could be, it wouldn't be a bad idea right now because of all the controversy that is going on.
Can we combine the two ideas?
She's got a resolution, but that's a resolution to Washington, though. But it doesn't really give our,
This is from who?
I prepared it, I just,
Oh,
I'm just curious how you would all put a moratorium on that and also affect any other.
you want to come up to the podium, that way people at home can hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
Just state your name and your address, please.
Nathan Zanero, I live at 17150 Boardman. And I'm just curious, I don't have a skin in the game either way. I was at the Washington meeting last week and talked there as well. But I'm curious, just if you put a moratorium in place for buildings of this type that use a lot of electricity or could make noise or could use water, how you would not then also have to do it for anything else, like a stamping plant or any kind of parts warehouse or something like that. Like, again, I'm not in favor of these things necessarily. I'm just making sure that the township isn't exposed to liability in doing so, because
I know
there's,
the board had done a moratorium on the medical marijuana at the
And on
time when that was
5G.
kind of such a hot button item. I know that they were able to put a moratorium on that issue as well.
We have one on 5G right now, which we need to discuss probably at our next meeting too. We want to keep that.
I think legally,
I
you
understand
probably
exactly
can do
what
it.
Nathan's
Right.
saying though. You know, are we being subjected to target one type of an individual
yeah,
business?
you get sued and they say you're discriminating. And there was a winery that did that in Traverse a few years back, and township of 6,000 people had to pay them $30 million in damages. And I don't think y'all want that. I don't want that either.
So is a resolution with a moratorium the way to go, or is it, I mean, if we move it to special land use,
We can't make that decision without language. I mean, you're
And who
saying for us
initiates
to
that
change
language,
that?
though, Mike? Is it the township board that initiates the language for a special land use?
Well, first of all, I
change
think
in
that,
the mass-
I know that there's the planning commissioners, and I want to mention Mandy Barnett. She's done a great job of doing it. I just gave you guys a copy of her letter that she
Yes, I
sent to
did.
Washington. And Rick and also Anne Marie Boyce on the planning commission, these guys have been doing a real deep dive on what's going on with the, it's technically not something that we haven't been working on, because behind the scenes, everybody's been putting a lot of time. I don't think we can make, we can't make an amendment to our current ordinance at the board table without having some kind of wording in place. You mean saying right now, make a motion to go ahead and make it a special land use under our LI?
to move it from permitted to special land use? I mean, I don't know, I'm relatively new at all this.
I wish I had an attorney in front of me now to let me know if we could do that. I don't know if we can. I'll be, anybody else?
We should just put it on next month's agenda.
Well, 30 days is a long time. I mean, like I said, we could get an
Yeah.
applicant tomorrow. Do we want to take our chances on being, like targeting data centers? Maybe not.
Did you?
I mean, the safer route would just be to say everything is special use if it uses more than a certain amount of electricity or a certain amount of water or generates a certain amount of noise. And then everyone's treated the same way, but all data centers would fall under that. And you buy yourself some time without discriminating, and then you could get the planning commission involved.
I just don't know if we're able to just change one of our ordinances that easily by taking a category and putting it into a special land use without going through the proper channels, you know. And I don't technically want to table it. I'd rather have something in place with what's going on.
Well, why don't we get with council tomorrow morning and then have a special meeting if we need to?
If we agree to do like a moratorium and then he tells us that that's not something that we should do.
Well, Nathan's kind of got a good point, and then also Dave did also, because
Right.
we don't really have anything in place right now.
Right.
You know, so we have two good points. I mean, fortunately enough, we don't have anybody knocking on the door, but I mean, we don't have the resources that, like, say, like Washington or some of these other municipalities have, but we do have the resources, and we do have the land available. Not a lot of tracts of land, but there is land available, you know, so.
Well, I really like the idea of specifying either water usage or, electricity usage. And then it's broad, and then it doesn't target any one industry.
Right.
So I like that idea, because if it's a small enough data center, I wouldn't object to a small data center.
Well,
At all.
that's part of the wording, the end. I
Yeah.
mean, I get it, but what are we gonna consider small? And then they say once you allow one, then they keep popping up, you know,
Yeah.
more and more, so.
And that's why this usage plan would be a really good way to go.
I mean, I in my experience, a township this size usually has, a few megawatts extra on their substations. And so anything that exceeded a megawatt, you could say special permit. That's a lot. You're not going to find a whole lot of things that need a megawatt, even like it would be a big hospital, or it would be like a mall, like a very large mall. And that would get you low enough to really like treat everybody equally. And then there's probably some usage of water, even if it's from aquifers, it wouldn't have to come from city supplies, but where, you would say it's, got to be permitted, or, you consult with
Yeah.
EGLE or something like that, if it's
We get the
more than
conditions,
20,000 gallons a
we gotta
day.
get to that point to put those conditions on, and I think Anne Marie just sent something, she said we gotta have public hearings, so there's need to be a public hearing.
Okay.
Gotta be posted, public hearing, change the ordinance.
So maybe we should just talk to the attorney and then try and do a special meeting. I mean, if you're that concerned, we could do it.
We do a
Monday.
public meeting, yeah, next week.
Yeah, we could do
So
it.
Couldn't we?
I would suggest some other things too, just because there's some information that would be good to have is what are your substation capacities in the area? Because you'd want to set your limit at what your substations could provide now. And then, anything more than that, DTE would have to come in and do big work, which could affect communities. And then you might consult with EGLE on what water usage from aquifers, rivers, streams, what they would recommend as maximums. Everybody will have to do environmental studies, no matter what, but knowing that in advance would let you set some reasonable limits that would make them come to you. And then you probably already have like noise and vibration ordinances and things like that that they'd all have to meet.
Yeah, that's gonna be, all that research will have to be done at the planning commission level, and like I said, that would be part of the research. Bring it back to the board with an educated opinion on what we should do as a recommendation. You again?
It's me again. Just real quick, to your point, Mike, as you guys were all talking, I'm looking up the definition of the moratorium. And to your point, that would be the right way to go, because it's temporary and it will get you through whatever you have to get to do your hearing and changing the ordinance. I agree with you, Mike. It's the right way to go.
What about Nathan's opinion on the targeting on specific use? It would have been things. What do you got, thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on that, Dave?
Well, I mean, it is targeted, so.
Any suggestions on how we can hold off on accepting any contracts on the data centers in Reno? Anybody got that suggestion?
Well, the moratorium doesn't necessarily have to be on data centers. It could be on high energy users, high water users, across the board. Now, I'm not prepared to specify what constitutes high usage.
Right, what does?
Yeah, I'm not prepared to do that at this point, because we haven't researched any of that.
Yeah, we don't know in the water users if they have their own closed loop or their own aquifer, then
Right.
it would be draw nothing on, I mean.
Correct.
Possibly. Let's just, without getting ourselves in trouble, since we don't have anything really pounding on our door, I think it would be best to speak with council on our best way to handle this. We've got, do we have enough time if we speak with the council tomorrow to post a public hearing by Monday? I mean,
18 hours.
18 hours.
18 hours, and then have a special meeting Monday?
Good with that?
Then why don't we do
Confirm
that?
with them. Just confirm with, I'll have. Once you hear.
All right, so that's, I guess, currently what we're doing. We are working on anybody that is listening at home, so we are taking it seriously. Planning Commission's been doing a lot of work on it already. We've all got our files on the data center, and the other ones are in the community, so hopefully we'll get something resolved. Nathan, we appreciate you taking time out coming up tonight. Okay, we'll just, back to item 8A, the cost share agreement for a drain maintenance. Don still hasn't come in. I would just right now, would like to table the cost share agreement with the drain maintenance until January also. Maybe give Don Brown an opportunity to come in and explain what they're looking to do. I need a motion for that, or we just table it? Right? Yeah, I do need a motion. Right, I'll make a motion to go ahead and take 8A table till January 17th meeting. Is it?
Support.
Support by Giorgio. Can we get a roll call, please?
Kraft,
Yes.
Sockowitz,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Philbrook.
Okay, yes, motion carries.
You didn't do that for cyber liability.
We need a motion for the cyber liability table till our January.
I think it's 21st.
January 21st meeting. Table till our January 21st meeting. Support, anybody?
Support.
Support by DeGiorgio. Can we get a roll call, please?
Sockowitz,
Yes.
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Okay,
Vincent.
motion carries. We'll move on to item 8L, which is just for communications. I'll start, I always have you guys just. The one source guide, everybody's probably had an opportunity to see the one source guide. Treese, have you seen the one source guide that came out?
No.
Community guide, there's some over there. You should take a look, that's really good. It's been a big success, we've been getting good comments on it. I'm looking forward to the future editions. Been great feedback from the committee. The tree lighting at the village park went really well. It was really cold. The turnout was a little bit light, but everybody that did show up was having a really good time. So it did go well. Thank everybody for all the help that they did with that, including Lions Club. I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a safe and happy holiday season. So stay safe and warm. David, anything on that?
Just Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Susan?
For your information, the IFT for Tennessee Industrial,
Okay.
they were approved.
Awesome.
Christmas.
Frank?
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Dorothy?
I was just looking on the website before I got here, and I noticed that Kirk Moss his position was up November 1st, 2025. Unless that's just not been updated on our website, I couldn't see where he was reappointed. So that's just an FYI to take a look
Yeah.
at. And he's on ZBA.
Kirk Moss.
He's the
So-
vice chairman.
There's the
So-
ZBA meeting.
They will be having one.
Just
Sure,
maybe,
yeah.
we could do that at our special meeting Monday
Okay.
if that
All right.
goes through. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
I think the thing on the appointment, I know we've had the discussion with Christine before, and I think that the renewing the appointment is not a big deal or something. It can,
It's assumed.
yeah, so there is a wording on
Okay.
it, but yeah.
Okay.
But to do it officially, we need to, but it's not like, oh, we didn't renew them, you can't go
It's
to the
no
meeting.
longer,
Yeah.
you know,
Or you have to
whatever they
redo the
worked on.
meeting.
Right, exactly. It's just informational.
All right, wonderful. What do you got, chief?
Well, it's just gonna wish everybody a great, safe holiday season.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hold down on the drinking, drive safe, right?
Drive safe.
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 6:53 PM.
Oh,
Support.
Support by DeGiorgio. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Riley, thank you.
Yeah, Christmas party on Monday at 2. At noon, at 2.